The Old Ute. He wore a military uniform, spoke like a gentleman, and promised riches beyond imagination. Investors lined up. Immigrants packed their bags. But there was just one problem. The country he sold them did not exist. Gregor MacGregor, born on December 24, 1786, was a decorated Scottish soldier with a gift for storytelling. After fighting in South America's wars of independence, he returned to Britain with a story no one could resist. He claimed to be the cacique, or prince, of a lush Central American nation called Poye. According to him, it was a paradise, fertile land, gold-rich rivers, and a ready-made government just waiting for immigrants. MacGregor printed official-looking documents, land grants, maps, even a Poye constitution. He sold land certificates to British investors and immigrants, some paying their life savings for a slice of this tropical paradise. He even issued Poyesian bonds on the London Stock Exchange, raising the equivalent of millions today. In 1822, 2 ships full of hopeful immigrants set sail for Poye. What they found was not a city, it was a jungle. No buildings, no government, no MacGregor. He didn't just scam investors, he sent real people into the wilderness, with no food, no shelter, and no way home. Over half of the settlers died from disease, starvation, or exposure. Survivors returned to Britain and exposed the truth. And, while MacGregor fled to France and tried the scam again, the damage was done. His credibility collapsed. MacGregor was arrested in France, but somehow avoided conviction. He returned to Venezuela years later, where he lived out his life quietly, never punished for the deaths he caused. The Poye scheme remains one of the boldest frauds in history, a fake country, sold with real documents, to real people. Some scammers fake IDs. Some fake signatures. George C. Parker faked reality itself. He sold the Brooklyn Bridge. Not once, not twice, but again, and again, and again, and so many people actually bought it. George C. Parker was born on the 16th of March, 1860, in New York, and he quickly learned that selling dreams was easier than selling truth. He forged fake documents, complete with stamped seals and legal signatures. He opened fraudulent offices, wore sharp suits, and told impressive stories about land, ownership, and opportunity. To fresh immigrants eager to chase the American dream, Parker offered hope. And, to dreamers, he offered instant ownership of public properties. All they had to do was believe that the documents were real. His choice of things to sell were unbelievable: the Statue of Liberty, Madison Square Garden, Grant's tomb, and of course, the Brooklyn Bridge. Some buyers paid thousands for the bridge, and the police had to intervene to stop them from setting up toll booths, and also to stop Parker from selling the bridge, which he did not own. He even offered payment plans. He could hustle with style. And with each sale, the scammer grew bolder. George C. Parker should have known when to stop, but no. He kept forging official documents and selling government properties like they were some chocolate bars, and his greed eventually got him caught. Authorities finally traced the scams back to him, the forged documents, the fake offices, it all unraveled. George C. Parker was sentenced to life in Sing Sing Prison, New York, on December 17, 1928. He spent the last 8 years of his life incarcerated there, and was popular among guards and fellow inmates who enjoyed hearing of his exploits. Even when behind bars, Parker still sold the bridge to other inmates and a prison guard. Born with the swagger of a salesman and the tongue of an unfaithful partner, C.L. Blood set up shops and sold his very own brand of nonsense. Oxygenized air, guaranteed to cure catarrh, tuberculosis, and your disappointment in humanity. Born on September 8, 1835. Charles Lewis Blood styled himself as Dr. C.L. Blood, M.D., but his medical degree was as fake as his miracle cures. He had clinics in Boston, New York, Chicago, basically anywhere you could breathe. He used flashy adverts, glowing testimonials, and fake patients who were probably just paid actors with a love for drama. C.L. Blood rebranded a form of nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas, which he called oxygenized air. According to him, it could cure anything, even nervous disorders. He rented lavish office spaces in Boston, New York, and Chicago. He printed full-page newspaper advertisements with testimonials and false scientific jargon. C.L. Blood charged very high and unreasonable fees for treatments that were basically just inhaling air. In the late 1800s, most people didn't understand chemistry or medicine. And Blood, being a gifted conman, took advantage of their ignorance. He dressed well, spoke eloquently, and used scientific-sounding language. He targeted people desperate for cures, especially those with chronic illnesses. In 1884, Blood forced a woman to sign an affidavit accusing a local musician of ruining her, and demanded $4,000 to keep it quiet. He was arrested, tried, and convicted. But that wasn't the end. In 1890, Blood was linked to the gruesome murder of Hiram Sawtelle, a Boston fruit seller. Sawtelle's brother Isaac, recently released from prison, wanted control of the family estate. Blood, whom Isaac met behind bars, offered to help for a fee. Hiram was shot, decapitated, and buried in a shallow grave. Blood was seen nearby, carrying a bundle about the size of a man's head. But despite the evidence, he was never charged. Blood died in 1908 at age 73. His widow and sisters refused to engrave his name on the family memorial. Perhaps, his family spent the engraving money bailing out his miracle heir investors. Or maybe, he wrote his own obituary, but in invincible ink. So, whether it was MacGregor's tropical fairy tale, or George C. Parker selling landmarks like influences selling masterclasses on success while filming from their mom's garage, or C.L. Blood's bottled nonsense, these men didn't just sell lies, they packaged ambition, dressed it in credibility, and handed it out like party favors. And if there's one thing we've learned today, it's this: confidence may sell the scam, but reality always cashes the check. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below. Let's know the most unbelievable scam you've heard of. And if you haven't subscribed yet, trust me, it's the only deal here that's actually legit.